her rock, not her burden. The calm way forward in a stormy marriage. Relationships can be challenging, especially when going through difficult times. Often we seek advice on how to improve things or get back on track. However, not all marriage advice is created equal. Some common suggestions may actually make the situation worse. In this video, I'll share my perspective on why being overly nice and deferential is often the worst thing a man can do when faced with a withdrawn, critical partner. Instead, I'll offer an alternate approach focused on building confidence, self-respect, and emotional stability. My goal is to help men navigate challenging marital dynamics from a place of strength and wisdom. When we feel anchored in our sense of self-worth and masculinity, we gain the clarity needed to either improve the relationship or accept what we cannot change. Let's dive in. Why just be nice backfires. When a marriage has deteriorated to the point of constant criticism, demands for space, and emotional withdrawal, men often scramble to make things right. In their distress, they turn to therapists and counselors seeking solutions. However, some of the most common advice, to simply be more agreeable, accommodate her needs, and kill her with kindness, can seriously backfire. Here's why. Men seeking help are typically already operating from a place of weakness, self-doubt, and deference. They walk on eggshells, desperate to avoid conflict and earn her approval. This chronic state of anxiety and neediness only pushes her away further. Meanwhile, his non-stop apologies and attempts to appease her soul drain his masculine essence. She ends up with another dependent to mother rather than a strong partner she can lean on. No amount of laundry or vacuuming will rekindle respect and attraction under these conditions. The problem runs far deeper, rooted in his loss of inner confidence and emotional sovereignty. By doubling down on nice guy strategies that aren't working, he slips further into a dynamic destined for failure. It's like trying to save a sinking ship by rearranging the deck chairs. The dangers of a downward spiral. When a woman withdraws emotionally, the worst thing a man can do is match her downward spiral with his own insecurity, analysis, and need for reassurance. This mutually reinforcing negativity only pushes you both into an abyss. Her resentment builds as he desperately clutches to keep things afloat. She needs strength, the reassuring presence of a man who won't crumble just because she's crumbling. As a woman once told me, I don't need another child to take care of. I need to know you'll be okay even if I'm not okay right now. But his weakness and despair only add to her burden. Of course, hearing "I'm not in love with you anymore" or getting the cold shoulder knocks a man off his center. However, the fastest way to restore hope is by regaining his emotional footing. She needs to witness him anchoring in a calm, confident masculine essence. His grounded presence lets her know everything will be all right in time. But his neediness only affirms her worst fears, becoming her rock. So what should a man do instead of falling into a deferential, self-pitying rut? The core mindset shift is from being a life preserver to becoming a lighthouse, making the transition from clinging to offering grounded strength. Specifically, drop the endless quest for explanations, apologies, and validation. You know your positive intentions. Don't take her moods and criticisms personally. Her emotions aren't your responsibility. Own your worth and refuse to grovel. You are enough just as you are. Set loving boundaries if mistreated. You teach others how to treat you. Embrace calm and confidence. These innate masculine traits never left you. Let go of needing her approval. You alone confer your value. Allow things to unfold without resisting. You've got this either way. This isn't about pretending to be happy when you're not or ignoring real issues. It's about rediscovering the unshakable inner foundation you can always return to. She wants to rely on the rock that will not erode beneath her changing tides. A woman's storms pass more quickly when she feels safe harbored next to a peaceful mountain of certainty. Your grounded masculine presence offers the eye of her hurricane. By standing firm in who you are, you create space for her to soften and reconnect. Things may get better, they may not, but you'll handle it either way without losing yourself again. That's the deep confidence she needs from you, the strength she requires. A conciliatory stance is not inherently wrong. Choosing peace over ego makes sense when both parties are reasonable. However, when a woman loses touch with her heart, masculine strength is the light that guides her home, not another burden for her to carry. You must know at a core level that you will be okay with or without her continued affection. That's the emotional stability she craves. Feeling your unrestrained love without need for reciprocation allows her innate care to reemerge. It gently liberates her spirit from the temporary narrowness that constricts it. When you fully own your worthiness, she can finally exhale and drop the defenses born of your neediness. This pivot into bold self-ownership combined with unconditional love is the alchemy that dims her anger and restores feminine radiance. Standing confidently in your masculine vulnerability provides the container for her return to equanimity. That grounded presence says, "I love you, I'm here, and I know who I am." Her heart yearns for this subtle strength that understands her storms will pass. She wants to grip the anchor of a man who will not falter but instead patiently extend his hand when she is ready to grasp it again. Walking the path of purposeful masculinity with compassion guides her home. Overfunctioning just enables her. When a woman becomes emotionally withdrawn or hostile, a common male response is to overfunction, to excessively try to fix things, take responsibility, and make her feel better. This comes from a place of fear and scarcity. Ironically, this excessive caretaking only enables her negative behaviors. She loses incentive to self-reflect or make efforts when he carries all the weight. It's critical to step back and let natural consequences do the work. You must allow her to fully feel the impacts of her actions. Get out of the enabling loop by focusing on your needs. Pull back overfunctioning and fill your life with activities unrelated to her mood. Refrain from unsolicited problem solving. Let her come to her own realizations instead of trying to orchestrate her healing. By being less available to absorb her emotions, you force her to self-soothe and find internal stability. That's the only path to genuine change. Your overfunctioning just keeps you both stuck, holding space without absorbing. When she's lashing out, it's essential to hold space without taking things personally or trying to fix her feelings. This means listening without judgment, providing empathy for her experience, and resisting the urge to either defend yourself or attempt to talk her out of her emotions. The goal is providing a safe space for her expressive release without absorbing her negativity or making it about you. Think of yourself as a resilient container in which she can empty out everything trapped inside, almost like a scream room where nothing breaks. It's tempting to either shut down or get reactive in the face of hostility, but mindful, non-reactive holding of space allows her to fully emotionally purge and then calm down. Your centered presence demonstrates strength to handle volatility without being derailed. This builds trust and receptivity. Once the storm subsides, she will be more open to solutions, but she first needs a patient listening ear and unwavering calm from you to feel safe exploring her inner world. Your groundedness anchors her until she regains equilibrium, letting go of needing her validation. The most powerful mindset shift you can make is to release attachment to needing her validation in order to feel worthy and lovable. As long as your sense of value depends on her fluctuating opinions of you, you'll be helplessly blown about by the winds of her moods. True stability comes from the inside out. You must know at a deepest level that you are inherently good enough even if she's unable to appreciate it right now. When you are no longer looking to her as the source of your self-esteem, you become invulnerable to her criticisms. Paradoxically, by relinquishing the need for her validation, you become a more deeply grounded emotional anchor for her. Your unconditional confidence provides a shelter for her to return to herself. Sometimes another's inability to love or recognize your gifts has nothing to do with you. The challenges you face offer a doorway into unconditional self-acceptance. Use this opportunity to step fully into your inherent worth, independent of external evaluation. You are loved, and you will always be okay. Own this truth. Parting thoughts. Next time you face relationship challenges, remember that deference and neediness only breed more contempt and isolation. But when you stand confidently in your inherent value and lead with unconditional love, she feels your strength and remembers her tender heart. Plant your feet firmly, embrace patience, and trust the course ahead, fellow traveler. Subscribe to Entire Self channel for more insights on fostering a happy, fulfilling marriage built on mutual understanding and respect.